So after all that, let's get underway here in Ogden. Sloan Calder puts it through the back of the end zone. And the Hornets will get things started. For a second there, Riley, felt like we weren't sure if we're going to get a game or not.
No, and you know, what's worse for the quarterback is not necessarily the rain. They do a great job of keeping the ball dry when it comes to college football games. It's the wind that will affect you. So look for both teams to try and run the ball early in this game.
Not much on the first play for the Hornets. Cardell Williams, the quarterback, junior quarterback, goes nowhere on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, I'm trying to do that read option right there. Made the wrong read. That's a good play for the defense for Weber State to start the game.
Williams, a solid start for the Hornets this season. The handoff up the middle, and again, going nowhere.
That was Zion Finau.
Yes.
Coming right through the middle. You know, this is a Sacramento State team that has done a really good job of running the ball this year. So it's exactly what Weber State wants to start with here.
Williams looks to throw. Completes the short pass, but it'll be a 3-and-out for Weber State on the opening drive.
Well, that's what you're looking for. If you're Weber State, they stop those 2 runs to start out. The conditions aren't great. That ball's a little bit behind him. A little bit tough to move the ball in these conditions. I think this is going to be kind of the story of the night. Special teams and defense are going to be huge for both teams.
Calmago, the senior, to kick. Fair caught. And the Wildcats will take over at about the 38-yard line. Keys to the game presented by Jeremiah Johnson Brewing Company. Do well. Riley, what do you got for us?
Well, first of all, for Sacramento State, establish the run early. You know, and what they want to do on defense is they want to confuse the quarterback for Weber State early and often. And then Weber State wanted to slow down the run game, which they did to begin. And then right now they need to get Jennings some confidence throws early in this football game.
Jennings, quick throw to the outside, completed for a gain of about 2 on the play to Davion Godley. 2nd and 8.
And that's what I'm talking about. Just get a nice, easy throw. Get a nice picture in your head of you completing throws. Then you can take some shots down the field. But early, you need to get a couple of completions.
Little movement there, no call. Jennings. The handoff, the run, Godley, another good gain. And Godley gets a catch and a run to start off, and it'll be 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats.
Those are good positive plays to start out the game for Dijon Jennings. Godley is a fantastic runner. Nice little hole there. See if they can convert 3rd down early in this game. Coach Mickey Metal doing some check with me early, trying to get Sac State to jump offside and also get his team in the best play possible.
The option out to Godley. Godley gets the first down and a little change. The Wildcats enter into Sac State territory.
Well, you can't do anything but appreciate the way Godley runs the football. He'll hit you so hard it hurts your feelings. You'll see right here on the option, he's looking for somebody to hit. He's not looking for somebody to outrun. And that's what you need on 3rd and 3.
Jennings in the gun. Once again, trying to catch Sac State offside. They'll get a false start instead. Kelton Wafer, the freshman, with the penalty there.
Typically, wide receiver should be just looking in to watch the ball. He shouldn't be paying attention to anything else but what the ball's doing. And so that's a disappointing turn of events for Weber State there.
Jennings to the outside, incomplete.
You know, and I like that from Coach Mickey Mennel right there, taking a little shot downfield, trying to loosen up this defense so they can continue to run the football. And that's not a real tough read for Dijon Jennings, right? He's just taking the ball, he's throwing it down the sideline, trying to make it where his guy can catch the ball or no one catches the ball. So I like the way Weber State has started this game offensively.
Marvin Session, the intended receiver there, guarded well, but the ball not anywhere near being able to be caught. Godley off the handoff, another great run from Godley. Gets between the markers now for a more manageable 3rd down.
Well, and you like to see this out of the Weber State offense. Being able to run the ball early, that's just going to do great things for Dijon Jennings as this game goes on. If they can establish the run and continue to run the football well. Look for that check with me from Coach Mickey Mennel again right here on 3rd and 7.
Long 3rd down for the Wildcats. Go to the sideline again. Jennings. Handoff won't get the 1st down. Only a gain of about 1 on the play. Sincere Macy, the junior from Fort Worth, making the play for Sac State. And Henry Way, the punter, the sophomore from Australia, punt this one away. It's a high and fair caught inside the 10. So field possession advantage. Weber State will take a break. Zeros here in the 1st, 9:26 to go.
Well, good special teams play, but with that punt just before the break, it's going to be huge in this game.
Handoff, little to no gain. In fact, a loss, it looks like, on the play. There's Rodney Hammond Jr. on the run, and now it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Hornets.
Well, you know, as we're watching this game, Matt Herron, Zion Finau, just doing a great job along with Josh Hardy. Just really, really stout against this Sacramento State team and their run game. Sacramento State coming into this game as a very good running football team, and that's especially important in the rain. Right now, Weber State seems to have the answers to this Sacramento State run game.
Yeah, absolutely. Rodney Hammond on the run again for a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 10. Williams hands it off. And I believe that was Hammond again. It is, and that'll bring up 4th and 8 for the Hornets. Another 3rd and out.
Well, and sometimes in a game like this, a punt is a good play because you're trying to just give yourself a little bit of room to be able to punt the ball and not really turn the ball over or make any sort of large mistake here close to the end zone. We'll see what they come up with here.
We got a flag. Well, you talk about giving yourself some space, and then you do something like that. That's brutal.
Exactly. I mean, it's just so counterintuitive to what they just worked hard to get done.
Nearly blocked, but Goff gets it away. Oh, but going nowhere. Great coverage on Godley from Sacramento. It is certainly wet and cold out there. Godley up the handoff. Nice cut up the middle. Still on his feet. Gets the first down and then some inside the Hornet 40.
Well, on a rainy night like tonight, Godley's running with his hair on fire. This guy is so fun to watch. He is so, every single game, he brings heart and nerve and courage and everything you want out of a hard-nosed runner.
And an incomplete pass on the following play. Jennings looking for Jaylene record. 2nd and 10. Jennings in the gun. Fakes to Godley, will keep it himself. Hit hard, but gets a gain of 2. Pops right up, though.
Yeah, tough run right there. He definitely took a hit at the end of that run. That's one that you worry about, especially since you've had a quarterback already injured this year. You worry about those kind of hits to the head. 3rd and long again for Weber State.
Wildcat freshman Kingston Tisdale, the quarterback, also made available and is expected to play today. They'll kind of rotate between the two. At least that's what we were told. Jennings to throw. Heaves one. Little underthrown. Marvin Session, the intended receiver, and just kind of aired it out and underthrew it there.
Well, believe it or not, I actually like the way he threw that because he threw it away from the defender where his receiver or no one could catch it.
Right.
Taking care of the football in rain games like this can be very, very important, and it looks like they're going to try and hit a field goal here. Be a 52-yard field goal.
It's quite the distance. Sloan Calder's high on the season, I believe, is 51. Good mechanics, good distance, and
Nailed
it's
it.
Through. Wow, how about that?
Great special teams play right there. Big time kick in the rain and the wind. And, you know, plays like that can be momentum changers when you have difficult conditions such as today.
3rd in the Big Sky in field goals per game. Calder makes it 3 for Calder as he gears up for the kickoff. Nice bounce there at the end. Good coverage from Weber State, but staying on his feet for Sacramento State, doing a nice job there, although still not getting the yardage I'm sure that he would like. Michael Johnson. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets on their own 26. Looks like where they spotted it. Yeah.
Well, you just got to give a lot of credit to Sloan Calder right now. He kicks a 52-yard field goal. He's doing a great job of kicking that squib kick right there to give them good field position. Just great special teams right now for Weber State.
Williams on the keeper, has a lot of room, and he's still on his feet and gets past midfield to get into Weber State territory.
Boy, and that was a wrinkle to the read option that they were doing before. They had a lineman pulling out in front of him there. He faked the handoff and got outside, and you see the athleticism of this young quarterback. It took a minute for Weber State to catch up with him, and they're lucky they did.
Yeah, it looked almost wide open for Williams. Williams will hand it off this time, and being met at the line of scrimmage is Damian Henderson. And looks like the Wildcats may have a man down.
Well, Mason Hitchens right there, linebacker out of Orange, California. Looks like El Medina High School. It's just a great fit, what we call a run fit right there, making sure that he's covering his gap. So they have A gap, B gap, C gap responsibility. Looked like he had B gap right there, and he just stuffed it right there in the middle.
Matt Herron, the junior tackle from Holiday, Utah, as we take a look at the replay here. Just got caught in the pile. And that back right leg got caught kind of in the mess.
That's where a lot of injuries happen. You get caught up in the pile and you get bent the wrong way. And Matt Herron is a key cog in the wheel when it comes to Weber State defense.
Williams, incomplete.
And that play right there is kind of made famous by Lincoln Riley at USC. They fake the sweep one way, and then they have just a little what I call a Trojan pass, because they've run it so much. And clearly the conditions are affecting the quarterback for Sacramento right now. Cardell Williams has had a couple of easy throws on just little short passes that haven't gone well.
So it'll be 3rd and long for the Hornets. Williams will take it himself again. He got big yards one time before. What a hit, but not enough to stop the first down. And Williams points, move the chains. We're still going.
And when Weber State lined up right there, I thought they were a little outflanked to the right. Sure enough, Sacramento State hits it. Despite the hit by Trevian Tribble, it's a first down for Sacramento State.
Williams keeps it again. Another good gain on the play.
When they found a little wrinkle with these quarterback runs, the question becomes, all of these FCS teams, all these FBS teams right now, they have kind of like a pitch count on how many times they run their quarterback. You don't want to run him every time, but you're trying to win a conference game, and they found a little wrinkle here that's been beneficial to them.
Yeah, other than what we saw, wow, great misdirection, complete pass for a first down, had everyone guessing what was happening.
Well, that's a wide receiver out of Layton, Utah, not far from here, Jackson Frescas, 5'7", 169 freshman out of Layton, Utah.
How about that?
He actually had a run-pass option there, and he read it right and got them a first down to keep the chains moving.
Hornets trying to get into the red zone. Williams hands it off up the middle. Good gain on the play. Damian Henderson with a big run.
Well, as much as I like to see Trevian Trimble hit people, when your tackle is, or when your free safety is making all the tackles, that's not good news for your defense. This is an impressive drive for Sacramento State. They've found a little wrinkle in the run game, and they're making Weber State pay.
Williams back to throw. Touching it with one hand is Jordan Williams.
when you got to credit Cardell Williams, Angel King was out of position. He was hustling over to the wide receiver. But you got to credit the quarterback for recognizing that and making the throw over there. He wasn't able to complete it, but that was quick action and quick thinking by the quarterback.
3rd and short. Williams hands it off. 1st down.
Well, and Sacramento State showing us why they're one of the better running teams in the country right now. And in this kind of weather, you got to find a way to stop these runs and get off the field. Otherwise, it could be a long night. Offensive coordinator doing a great job for Sacramento State right now.
Williams keeps it, has room on the left edge, a flag on the play as Williams runs it in for the touchdown, but that's going to go against the Hornets, bringing it back.
I can't remember where I was reading it the other day, but something like 78% of the drives that you have where you have a holding call, you don't score.
Really? What was the percentage again?
78%, but
seriously.
Yeah, but 68% of all stats are made up on the spot.
It felt like a really that felt like a really high percentage.
No, but I did hear that. I can't tell you exactly where I heard it, but that's a big statistic, right?
Williams hands it off to Sam Adams III.
The point being, holding is just a huge detriment to your offense. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot. So sometimes that's a 20-yard penalty. Sometimes it's a 15-yard penalty. Sometimes you score a touchdown just like they did, and it's coming back. It's really like a 30-yard penalty, and you lose points. And so it's just they're drive killers. And, you know, whether I'm exactly right on that percentage or not, I don't know, but I think we understand.
Yeah, it makes sense, though. 100%. Because it is from the spot of the foul, you can get sent way back, and the Hornets experiencing that now with it being 2nd and 17. Replay 1st down? I'm confused.
Sac State saying it.
Okay, so the Hornets get bailed out by miscommunication on subs for Weber State, and it'll be 1st down, but still a long ways to go for the Hornets.
Some sort of confusion out there with the referees.
So maybe because the penalty happened before the last play. Oh, no, we're going to stay here. Okay, I thought maybe it was going to be brought back. No, that wouldn't make sense. I shouldn't think out loud sometimes. Williams hands it off. And back between the markers goes Damian Henderson.
You know, a little bit on this field is not a penalty that you want to have game 5, game 6 into the year. You want to make sure that your defensive packages are running in and out of the game in a timely manner.
Williams keeps it. Missed tackle. Still on his feet and scores. An incredible run from the quarterback, Cardell Williams. Avoids the tackle, gets the stiff arm, treads down the sideline and scores.
When Trevian Tribble, Trey Parks, Vincent, they both had a chance. Felt like they had him dead to rights, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That absolutely should have been a tackle, but Cardell Williams.
Incredible run. The junior out of Houston, Texas, just kind of put Sacramento State on his back on that drive.
Grant Metters to take the point after. Kick is up and good. The Hornets take a 7-3 lead with 55 seconds to go in the first. Well, the Hornets changed some things up, saw a lot of success off of the feet of Cardell Williams, and have taken the lead here in the first.
Great drive by Sacramento State. That was what we talked about in the keys to the game, that they needed to be able to establish the run game early and often. Now, the first series, they didn't really do it. That second series, well, even the second series they weren't able to do. It was the third series where they really started to run the ball. And that put Weber State on their heels a little bit. And it's going to be an important answer right here. There was some momentum going for Weber State with that long field goal, and now it's right back to Sacramento State.
Joseph Firebaugh, kicker for the Hornets. Fair cut at the 11. Wildcats with a big field will try to respond. Here with 55 seconds left here in the first, the rain just continues to come down, and it is cold. 42 degrees out there.
The wind, I don't know what the wind chill is, but it's gotta feel cold out there.
Jennings all by himself in the backfield. Looks to throw, completes the slant for a gain of about 6.
That was great composure, playing in the wind, playing in difficult circumstances here. Good shot by Dijon Jennings right there.
Kelton Wafer making the catch, the freshman. Jennings hands it off. And losing his helmet there for Weber State. Stavion Godley. So he'll have to sit out the next play.
Well, and both he and one of the wide receivers are complaining that the reason it came off is because he got a face mask. Didn't get the call. 3rd and short. See what Mickey Mennel has up his sleeve here.
Clock runs out, and that will be the end of the first quarter. We will flip the field. Enough power to offset its use at night because, yeah. But anyway, that's beside the point. 3rd down for the Wildcats. Loss of 1 on the play.
Bring out the punt team. Hopefully, as you look at it, Weber State has got to come up with some sort of an answer for this run game for Sacramento State. They have really just kind of unleashed their run game. 5 rushes for 49 yards in the first quarter for Cardell Williams, and he's really been the key to this run game in the first half.
Henry Way back to take it for the Wildcats. Has had 3 this season over 50 yards.
Play game, offense, 5-yard penalty.
So Wildcats will take it back 5 yards and try again.
Sacramento State fired up right now, feeling the momentum is going their way. Feeling like they're confusing.
Oh, it's a muffed kick. Recovered.
Oh, man.
at the 13, and the Hornets will take over in the red zone. Wow, I think the ball just slipped out of Way's hands, and let's take a look at it here. Oh, he didn't even get a foot on it.
God, it didn't look like a bad drop. That was just a really odd play.
Timeout on the field.
Timeout, we'll take it with them, and Sacramento State with a great field. It'll be first and 10 on the 13 on the other side. We'll be right back.
You're a good uncle for doing this.
Well, here goes.
Got it.
Keep dancing! Keep dancing!
Get out of me.
You do enough things you don't want to do. Make sure your career isn't one of them with the help of PAX. Discover your healthcare career. Apply at PAX.com.
In the heart of Montana's untamed wilderness, a legend is brewing. Jeremiah Johnson Brewing, the official beer of the Big Sky Conference. Brewed with the rugged spirit of the West. Jeremiah Johnson is simply a world-class, straightforward, no-nonsense beer. Do well.
Everyone needs a checking account, so get the one with built-in benefits for your unique lifestyle. Mountain America's My Style Checking has perks no one can pass up.
Enjoy sizzling restaurant deals.
Peace of mind mobile phone protection.
Timely telehealth services.
Confidence boosting identity protection.
And clutch loan rate discounts.
Make My Style your lifestyle.
At Mountain America Credit Union.
Welcome back to Stewart Stadium here on the campus of Weber State University in Ogden, Utah. Disaster for Weber State after the botched punt, and now the Hornets looking to score again. 1st and 10 on the Wildcat 14. Handoff, big old gap, and scoring immediately for Sacramento State is Rodney Hammond. And that didn't take long, Riley.
No, muff punt. You know, it's interesting. It felt like Weber State had some momentum. They hit that big long field goal, kicked a kind of a squib kick to get themselves in good field position, and then ever since then it's been all Sacramento State, and they are running the ball like we knew that they could. Weber State team was hoping that they wouldn't.
Grant Metters will take the point after. Misses it. Oh, it went through. I thought I saw the ball go in front of the goalpost. That's on me. It is good, and we will take a timeout. Sacramento State leads at 14-3. More.
And not only can the run game wear you down, but this weather can wear you down if you're not careful.
Firebaugh with the kick. Through the back of the end zone with a little help from the wind. Weber State will take another crack at it. Wildcats were on the board first after the 52-yard field goal from Sloan Calder. But since then, it's been all Sac State.
Well, you might think that Sac State would be a little bit intimidated by this weather, but they've been the team right now that is showing that they can handle these elements.
Jennings back to throw. good idea, just unable to complete the pass. Thrown into that outside shoulder to.
I thought that was a fantastic ball in this weather. Hilton Wafer wasn't able to bring it in, the freshman out of McKinney, Texas. But I like the idea of that back shoulder throw. I actually think Dijon Jennings has been throwing the ball really well in this weather. They've got to continue to try and establish the run.
Jennings will hold, he's in trouble. Throws the incomplete pass. Just out of desperation.
Number 35 was in the area of the pass.
Look at this one here. That was almost disaster again for Weber State. Yeah.
I couldn't see anyone in the area. Fortunate that that wasn't a grounding call.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it could have gone that way. 3rd and 10 for Weber State. Jennings to throw. Incomplete. Looks like the ball may have slipped on that one, and that'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Wildcats.
And that was really the first bad throw. And look, I've played in this weather before as a quarterback. It's very difficult to throw in this weather, so this isn't me, pounding on Dijon Jennings. But that was the first bad throw that I've seen him make in this game. I've been very impressed with the command of the football that he's had in this weather.
Henry Way will have another go. Gets this one away. It'll bounce to inside the 30. Sac State will take over on their own 29.
I always felt when I was playing that one of the harder things to do is to be the kicker or the punter in this kind of weather. You're sitting,
yeah,
freezing. You're not, a lot of these players that are out there aren't that cold because they're moving around and they're making an effort. But when you sit there and you're cold, then you got to come out and perform as a kicker or punter. It's not an easy thing.
1st and 10 for the Hornets, and a false start going to bring them back 5 yards.
False start. 64 offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
False start against Brandon Souza. And it just continues to come down here in Ogden. And it's not a light rain. It is heavy. I believe these are the remnants of Hurricane Priscilla. Williams with the handoff. And still able to get past that first initial contact, but not a big gain on the play.
Jaqual Smith really ran hard. He's out of Orlando, Florida, 5'11", 171, but he ran a lot heavier than that on that run, and that was 3 yards that were gained all on his own.
Williams hands it off again. And another big run for Smith. A first down this time.
Well, in the last 2 runs, he showed us a little bit of power, and then he showed us a little quickness. He's a good young runner for Sacramento State.
He will head to the sideline after the 2 successful runs. A lot of weapons on the ground does this Sac State team have.
Confusion on the Weber State defense again.
Williams going deep. Underthrown to Ernest Campbell, the redshirt freshman from Texas. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
State bringing players on, bringing players off, didn't know where they were supposed to be. They were really fortunate right there that Sacramento State wasn't able to take advantage of that confusion. And we've seen that a few times tonight for Weber State.
the carry. Picked up 6 on the play. 3rd down and 4. It is tied for a 3rd down. Lockdown. Smith on the carry. Looks like he's going to be a yard short of the line today. Touchdown, Sacramento. Baylor's for the point after. Sacramento State 21, River State 3.
One on the second quarter. They lead at 21-3. We'll keep it here. Weber State almost got bailed out there with the generous spot on their behalf, 4th and inches, but then the Hornets turned it into a touchdown.
Well, I think right now, if you're the defensive coordinator, and if you're Weber State, you got to go back to the basics of what's the assignment, what's your alignment, what's your technique. In other words, what's the play, where do you line up, and what technique are you going to use to be able to make the defensive play? And that's really what you're going to have to go back to. I don't know that the scheme is terrible, but right now the Weber State players are not getting to where they're supposed to be able to make the stops against this potent Sacramento State offense.
Joseph Firebaugh to take it. Launches this one again with that wind to his back. Wow.
Well, you see a lot of California schools when they come up here to Utah, or if they're from
That's
lower,
a great point. Yeah.
They love kicking in this elevation. Yeah. It makes them feel like they can kick the ball a country mile, right?
Absolutely. Wildcats, with 11:03 left in the first half, will take it over on their own 25. Jennings hands it off. And Godley, yeah, another run from Godley.
Another great run by Godley. I love the way he bounces the ball. He really packs a punch as a runner for Weber State. Got up a little gingerly there.
And hits to the sideline as well. We'll keep an eye on that. Second and short for the Wildcats after the run from Godley. Jennings hands it off, and getting the first down for the Wildcats. Boogie Sylvester, redshirt freshman from Long Beach, California.
Out of St. John Bosco High School. That's a very prestigious high school that puts out a lot of football players, and he's had a couple of really good games for Weber State here.
There he goes again, and another solid run, big gain. Bring up second and short. At about 4.
Second and 3.
3, scratch that. Second and 3 for the Wildcats. Low snap. Jennings hangs on to it and gets back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Back to the line again. It's third down. 3 yards to go.
I'm surprised both offensively and, well, for both of these offenses, that there hasn't been a little bit more of that bad snap, maybe a little bit to the side, but both teams have done a pretty good job of taking care of the football in this torrential downfall right now.
It hasn't stopped the entire game, hasn't let up once. Here's Jennings again in the gun. Back to throw, pressure coming. He airs one out, little much on it. Flags stay in pockets. Oh, there's one in the backfield, maybe a late hit.
Yeah, this is going to be roughing the quarterback. And I think it's more that they hit him high than that they hit him late.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 5, defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So the roughing the passer, yeah, you saw it right there. Ball was gone and the hit up high, like you said, kind of a combination of a few things there working against Sac State. And now the Wildcats, for the first time in a while, will be in Sac State territory.
The good news is another 5 yards and you might be able to kick a field goal. But you don't want to leave it up to that at this point. Down 21-3, you want to see if you can drive this ball into the end zone.
Jennings hands it off. And once again, they go to the young buck in, oh wait, no, who was that? Yeah. Wasn't that Sylvester? Yes, Sylvester again on the run, back to the line of scrimmage.
Boogie doing a good job of running hard there. Kind of some extracurricular holding on to him at the end of that play, and he kind of shoved the guy. You want to be real careful right now not to cost your team field position here in a tough weather game.
Jennings fakes the handoff and completes the pass, but for no gain to Dalen Jones, the tight end from DeSoto, Texas. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Well, and I liked the mix-up of that play call, but Jason Oliver was all over it like he'd seen that play on film. Made a nice fundamental tackle to keep Weber State at 3rd and 10 here with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Jennings with Sylvester to throw. Pressure comes, completes the pass to Sylvester, gets the first down.
Man, I love a good screen. That was set up beautifully. Coach Brent Myers will love that. Seeing his linemen releasing downfield, getting a piece of linebackers, getting a piece of corners. Great play call by Nicky.
Jennings, the handoff, the gap, the hurdle, another first down for Sylvester.
Buki Sylvester is a fun running back to watch. He's got a lot of confidence and a lot of ability there.
This was less of a hurdle, more of just a dodging a tackle after watching that replay, but Sylvester again. Another gain on the play, about 5.
And, you know, that play before, Dijon Jennings did a great job of reading it. They kind of had a corner, or not a corner, but a defensive end that was reading it, and he kind of just settled his feet and hesitated for a minute. He handed that ball off to Boogie, and he was boogieing down the field.
Play clock, operator. Set the play clock to 40 seconds, please, for helmet off of the defense.
Almost sounded like the official was kind of annoyed with the play clock operator. It's like, not his fault, man.
He's human, like the rest of us.
2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. Jennings hands it off to Godley, who's back in the game. And gets a gain of about 1.5, maybe 2. And flags coming out. Yeah, we see some extracurriculars there. It wasn't quite sure what was going on, but you see Massey there fired up after the play.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 90, defense, his first. Penalty enforced, a half distance to the goal, first down.
Sincere Massey, the junior from Fort Worth. Let's see if we can see what happened here on the replay. Godley goes down. Massey comes in afterwards right there. Okay, he did get, yeah, honestly, Weber may have gotten away with one there.
I think Weber may have. That's the classic case of the second one gets the penalty.
Yep. Coulter May there being aggressive after the play as well for Weber State. Jennings to throw. Good coverage there in the corner by Jason Oliver.
Jason Oliver, 2 big plays in this drive. Weber State has been doing a great job of driving the ball down the field. They went quad right with one-on-one backside and just weren't able to make that play there. Look for Coach Mennel to maybe go check with me here. They come up, see if they can get him jump off sides, read the defense, and then make the call.
2nd and goal on the 5. Yep, you're right. They do just that. And
Coach Mennel calls timeout.
Losing quarterback Gilkey to pretty gnarly injury. Here's Jennings in the gun. Keeps it. Great play. Jennings scores the touchdown, and what an effort as well to get the block. I believe that was
Noah Benet.
Noah Benet, the senior from Holiday, Utah.
Just a savvy veteran play. Didn't get the clipping because he turned his back to the defender. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. Watch this block right here by Noah Benet. Beautiful. It was almost like he was boxing him out in basketball.
100% was what that looked like.
Fantastic play. Oh, that's a huge play for Weber State. 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Calder with the point after a high snap. Gets it through. And the Cats get their first touchdown of the game and bring themselves within 11.
Noah Benet is a transfer from the University of Utah. His younger brother is a star for the University of Utah. Right there, he made a star play for Weber State to get them back in this game. It's a 2-score game now, but boy, that really changes the momentum. That was a nice drive. They were able to move the ball both through the air and on the ground.
Another look at it here, and this won't show up in the stat sheet by any means, but that absolutely was the reason that Jennings was able to score, and Weber State, like you said, are within 2 scores now.
You know, the second thing as to why that's such a big deal. So back when I played, you could come back hard and you could have just slobber knocked that guy. But now when you hit a defenseless defender, it's a 15-yard penalty. So it was so smart the way he boxed him out, because they can't call it a penalty because he didn't light up a defender. But he just boxed him out, man. That was unbelievable.
It was great.
It was unbelievable. That was such a great play, such a savvy veteran play right there. And now Weber State can build some momentum here before the second half.
And taking this one over to the left side. Oh, what a tackle. Ammon Munyer making the play.
Out of Lakeland High School in Idaho. You know, it looked like Weber State had lost contained twice on that play. But not to be. Ammon Munyer, backup tight end, making a big play for Weber State there, keeping them inside their own 20. You know, when I coached at North Carolina State, it was always big. If you could keep them inside the 25 on a kickoff, it was always a win for your team.
Williams with the handoff to Hammond.
Picked up a yard on the play.
Well, and a host of Weber State players, including Matt Herron, in on that play. He's so solid, he clogs up those holes. It's he was injured earlier in the game, and it looks like he's back in the game trying to plug up some of those holes.
2nd and 8 now for Sac State. Cardale Williams, quarterback for the Hornets, back in the gun as it continues to rain here in Ogden. 42 degrees outside.
Timeout.
As the Hornets call a timeout.
Sacramento State, first of the half, 30-second timeout.
Yeah, this Hornet program is interesting. 71 new players on this team. A lot of them FBS transfers because, I mean, the intention for Sac State was to go to the FBS level. That application got denied, but they are leaving the Big Sky. This is the last time that they will face Weber State as a Big Sky team. They'll be joining the Big West next year, and the Big West does not have football, and so they will be an FCS independent next year.
Which is interesting because there's been an infusion of money into their program, and they're really looking to take this team to new heights.
The handoff, the run, it looked like it wasn't going to be a big run, but getting some extra yards on the play for the Hornets was Jaquel Smith again.
There's been a couple of times that I've been watching the Weber State defense. They've been outflanked to their right. They made the adjustment there and made Sacramento State run to the right, and that was a better play for Weber State than it has been. So there's a cat and mouse game going on between coordinators here in this game.
Williams nearly lost it, stays with it. The spin move to get maybe an extra yard or two, but it'll be short of the first down. 4th and 1 for the Hornets.
Boy, it looked like he was going to get that first down, and they closed it up quick. Great tackle by Sean Daniels out of Bellevue, Washington, to force a 4th down. They're going for it.
The handoff, the first down, and then some extra yards as well. Tries to cut back in, but is brought down at the 43, out of bounds. Rodney Hammond Jr. with another stellar run brings the Hornets into Wildcat territory.
If you're Coach Joe Dale right now, you are so frustrated because you drew up the exact play to stop it. They missed that tackle right out of the gate, and another 4th down big play for Sacramento State.
Williams hands it off again. And another big gain from Jaquel Smith. Freshman sensation getting it done.
Well, just when you kind of felt like Weber State had maybe found an answer to this run game, they're now finding those wrinkles again. This cat-mouse game is going to be important here before the end of the half. Weber State desperately needs a stop, and Sacramento State would love nothing more than to add some more points on the board before the half ends.
Two-minute timeout.
We've reached the 2-minute mark. Get on 1-10. But the Hornets are marching here. Smith with another big run. He gets the first down and then some. Takes a hit, keeps on moving, and brings it in the red zone. Wow.
Jaquel Smith, 5'11", 171. You would think he was 6'2", 227. The way he runs the ball, he's running people over. He has quickness. He has great vision. You see, he gets through this hole, and he's taking people down as he's running. What a phenomenal run.
It's Smith again. Cuts it inside and will be brought down after he gains 4 on the play.
just really understands, has great patience as he's approaching the hole, knows when to turn the speed on, when not to turn it on. Just a great football player.
Hornets in a great position to be able to get another score on the board before the break as we approach the 1 minute mark. Williams hands it off to Smith, who cuts inside and scores. Incredible drive.
Pretty sure they ran the exact same play 3 times in a row right there, and Jaquel Smith used power, he used finesse, he used speed, he used quickness to just absolutely cut this defense apart, and that's a huge score just before the half for Sacramento State.
Metters to take the kick again. Through the uprights. And the Hornets lead at 28-10 with 50 seconds left to go here in the second quarter.
Jaquel Smith, what an impressive runner. He's from Florida. He's playing in a torrential downpour, which he maybe has done that before, but maybe not in the 40-degree area.
That's brutal.
Protecting the football with his hands. He's got a little celebration going. He's feeling real good about his game tonight.
And rightfully so.
Just a freshman.
Unbelievable. 9 carries for 71 yards. And the touchdown, of course. Firebaugh ready to take the kick and still has that wind in his advantage, and he soars this one again.
There is a wind at his back, no question about it, but he's loving kicking the ball here in Utah.
Same reason, but opposite effect why NAU is so good at track and field.
Right.
Running all day in that high elevation.
7,000 feet.
Yeah.
And when they get down to California,
yeah.
It's like, man, I got more oxygen than I know what to do with.
Absolutely. 50 seconds for the Wildcats to try to answer. Godley takes it up the middle.
Which is a good, strong run out of Godley, too.
Absolutely. Gets a gain of 8 on the play.
First down. See what Mickey Mental has here. See if he just wants to protect the football before the half, or if he wants to take a couple of shots.
The clock is ticking. 25 to go. Jennings hands it up to Godley again. And with 15 on the clock, they may just let this one go. And they will.
Man outside and just take away their receivers and say, hey, we're not even going to let you get any yardage in the run game in this second half.
Firebaugh puts another one into the end zone. First and 10, Weber State on the 25. As the weather starts to calm down a little bit, it'll be interesting to see if that changes anything in the game, any dynamics there.
Well, it does feel just a little bit better. That whole first half was maybe as hard as I've ever seen it rain in a game here in Utah.
Jennings throws. Incomplete. Pass intended to Jaylene Record, the senior. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Looks like they might be committed to the pass game a little bit more this second half. Maybe they saw the weather report that it's going to lighten up a little bit, and that was actually a really good ball again from Dijon Jennings.
Jennings hands it off, and a loss of 2 on the run. Great job there by the Sac State defense. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
Well, and watching this Sac State defense, they did exactly what I thought. You load the box, you go man-to-man outside, and you're going to make them throw the ball. Make them one-dimensional so that they have to throw the ball. And right now, if they can stop the run, it's going to be some tough sledding for Weber State throwing the football.
Jennings back to throw. Gets sacked from behind. Xavier Williams, the senior from Gustine, California, making the play. First sack of the night. And it's 4th and a mile now for the Wildcats.
Well, and we said from the outset of this broadcast, this is the #1 team in the nation as far as sacks go. And they showed you right there why it's hard to throw the ball against this team.
Henry Way gets it away, fair catch, called, dropped. And it'll be Sac State ball on the Wildcat 45.
Well, and Frescas, the freshman out of Layton, Utah, returning that punt. Boy, it's tough in this condition, but he did a good job of getting back on that punt. Weber State did their best acting job to say it was their ball, but referees were right on it.
The Hornets avoid the turnover. Another big run for a first down and then some. Nearly got away for a score. But Rodney Hammond with a big run to start the first drive for the Hornets in the quarter.
We talked so much about Williams and Smith in that second quarter. Hammond had 6 rushes for 50 yards in the first half too. Another beautiful run, and it's more of the same here in the second half for Sac State.
Williams throws a wide open Jordan Anderson, who gets the first down and is brought out of bounds. First and 10 for the Hornets on the 16.
Well, and on the replay here, you see great patience from Williams. They ran a fake smoke play where it looked like they were going to throw the smoke, and then they tried to go down the sideline, and then he just did great patience. He said, oh, it's not open. I'm just going to stay with the smoke route. And here he goes, off running again.
Using those wheels. A good takedown, though, by Angel King, this the 6'1", 200-pound senior. Second and 2 for the Hornets as they are knocking again. Williams hands off to Hammond. Hammond makes the cut. Keeps his legs pumping and scores again.
Well, and he had a little help from the big fella. One of his offensive linemen almost picked him up and took him in the end zone. Let's see if we can see it on the replay. He makes a cut, gets stoned. Yep, his lineman, big number 72. Let's give him a little mention. Sawyer Hayes from Sacramento, California, just kind of lifted his running back up and helped him right into the end zone.
Second touchdown of the day for Hammond. And the Hornets starting to run away with this one here in the early goings of the second half. Point after is good. 35-10, Hornets with a big advantage here in the third. We'll take up for a long night for Weber State.
Yeah, right now things aren't looking good defensively. Offensively hasn't been great either. They've got to find a way to get the ball in the end zone and maybe turn the momentum of this game.
Record on the return brings it to the 27, where the Wildcats will try to get something going on offense. The rain has stopped, but it is still very cold out there. And I can't imagine a lot of the players out there being too dry either.
No. 45 degrees, feels like 40,
Ugh.
and you're soaked to the bone wet.
Jennings with the handoff. Nice move to avoid that first tackler by Godley. Gain of 5 for Godley.
Pretty fun to watch him run the ball. Continues to run with power. Right there showed a little bit of his quickness, being able to juke there inside the tackles. Get a good 6-yard gain on first down, 5-yard gain. Always helps the offense.
The screen to Godley. Loses a yard on the play.
Sacramento State, rightly so, excited about the way their defense is playing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Not giving up much, as now Weber State with a 3rd and long here. Jennings to throw. Pocket collapses. He scrambles, fires. Pass complete for the first down and then some. Kelton Wafer, the freshman, brings it in.
Well, and he was open for a while, standing there on the sideline. Dijon Jennings, a great job to elude the pressure. Scrambles out to his left and finds his receiver. That's a big, big 3rd down conversion.
Quick pass to Record here on the near side. And Record, with a gain of about 6 on the play, gets pushed out of bounds.
Good job weaving in and out. It's always just a nice play. That's what we call an extended handoff, right? You throw it out there, you get some blocks on the outside, get 6 yards. That always feels good on first down. Feels great as an offensive coordinator because there's lots of plays for 2nd and 4.
Let's see what the Wildcats pull out the bag. Jennings back to throw. Completes the pass. A strong hit, my goodness.
It was a strong hit. I love what Dijon Jennings is doing here. He steps up in the pocket, finds his check down, and that's quarterback 101 right there. When everything breaks down, where's your check down? He finds his check down, positive yardage, first down. Now they're moving the ball.
Godley with the catch and the first down. Wildcats trying to get into Sac State territory. Godley with the footwork, still up. Gets only a gain of 1, though. A lot of lateral movement there.
Well, that's a sign of a good running back where you have fun watching a 1-yard run, right?
Yeah.
Side to side, up. Then he thought, man, I should break to the outside again. And then he's like, nope, I got to get positive yardage. I'm going to go upfield. There you go. Nice job, young man.
2nd and 9 now for the Wildcats. Jennings in the gun. Fumbles the ball, but jumps right on top of it.
Ooh, so frustrating in the gun, because when you drop the ball, when it doesn't go well, it's a loss of 5, you know? That one had a little stank on it.
It really did.
That one was coming in hot.
So now it'll be 3rd and long for the Wildcats. Bit of a momentum killer there. A timeout called by Sacramento State.
This is where the defensive coordinator will give them just a little reminder, hey, watch for...
Them back a few yards. And loss of a down, they'll be back to throw, will be Jennings. Jennings scrambling, has some room, looking for somebody, has to cut in, gets to the line of scrimmage, and is brought down to the original line of scrimmage for 4th and 10.
I like Jennings' feet. He has great feet inside the pocket. That stuff the quarterback coach, Zach Larson, works on with these quarterbacks all the time. You got to know when to step up, when to get out. This one, just a little bit of a hesitation there at the end, maybe cost him a little bit more yards. They'll line up for another field goal. This one from 48.
Devin Wright with the takedown for the Hornets. Sloan Calder hit a 52-yarder earlier in much worse conditions. Lines this one up, has the legs, and it's through for 3.
Impressive. Windy conditions.
Yeah, fighting
Bad
the wind.
conditions. Being able to get these long kicks. Big deal on special teams. Now, still down by 22 points. That might be my math problem. Hold on. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
22 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Whew.
No, I did the same thing.
Didn't mean to
I'm right there with you.
Didn't mean to embarrass myself on.
I think I'm doing that enough for both
ESPN.
of us. So yeah, you're good. No worries. 35-13. Yeah, Weber's gonna. Field goals aren't going to cut it at this stage. Down 22 with 7:30 left in the third. There's still time, and maybe field goal here or there will make the difference. But they're going to need to punch into the end zone a couple times to be able to make this comeback happen.
So maybe you can see on this kick return some of those puddles you were talking about.
Yeah.
Down near the 8-yard line, 4-yard line. It was just coming down in the first half.
Yeah, I haven't seen it come down that consistently, that long, ever. Like you said, that was really quite the display. You see like little spurts of that every now and then, but not for an entire half of football. Bring it out. Oh my goodness, what a run. A huge return. Out to the 32. Rodney Hammond.
Doing a little bit of everything.
Absolutely.
Running the ball, returning kicks.
That acceleration and
he just
speed
looked fearless.
Yeah.
That's what you love about that run was there was no hesitation. There was no, where should I go with this ball? Went there right away. He's actually kind of mad at himself that he got tripped up there at the end.
Cardale Williams, still the leading rusher, will hand it off to Smith, who is met in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Brecken Bowen out of Heber City, the junior. The great play from that defensive end spot. Big stop right there for Weber State. They need 2 more of those if they have any hopes of getting back into this game.
2nd and 12. Williams in the gun, drops back to pass. In the middle. Incomplete, intended for Jordan Williams. A lot of Wildcats nearby as well.
Well, number 43, Kevin Enriquez with a big hit. Junior out of Rancho Cucamonga, California. Really put a lot of pressure on that catch.
3rd and 12 now for the Hornets.
Weber State bringing in their dime package. 1 extra cornerback. So they can rush the quarterback and maybe play some man free here.
Pressure coming. Pass completed to Hammond. He gets the first down and then some. Into Weber State territory, brought down to the 45.
Boy, just a huge completion by Williams to Hammond. Showing how he can throw the ball a little bit more here in the second half, and they're back up at the line of scrimmage, trying to take advantage of that defense.
Here's Hammond again. This time he'll go nowhere and loses a yard on the play. 2nd and 11.
Josh Hardy, the big 6'4", 250-pound defensive end in on that stop. Gives them a chance to make some substitutions.
Williams to throw. Cuts back inside. Will keep it. Thought he saw an opening. The Wildcats close it up.
Easton Payne. Bringing the pain right there. The senior out of Tremont, Utah with a nice, you know, that's difficult when you have a shifty quarterback like that fakes the pitch, runs the bootleg, and then decides he wants to run. That was a big play, putting them in 3rd and 9. It's been a while since they've been in 3rd and 9.
Williams to the outside. Flags come down.
Let's see what this penalty is. It's a well-designed play by Sacramento State.
Holding, 13, offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
So Ernest Campbell made the catch, but the holding penalty right there.
Yeah, they said it was on number 15. So you can see that he grabbed jersey. I think what happens there, if you grab it inside, you're going to be okay. It's when he starts to pull away from you and you still have your hand holding on there that you'll get that call. Boy, fortunate call for Weber State.
Huge.
Put Sacramento State in a 3rd and 12.
Williams to the left side. Still on his feet, but brought down finally at the 40.
Boy,
Sam Adams the second.
These running backs for Sacramento State have been very slippery. They can catch the ball, they can run the ball, and man, they run hard north and south, and they just do not go down. Weber State struggling to tackle these running backs from Sacramento State. Sacramento State's going for it on 4th and 6.
Yeah, on the Wildcat 40, you're not giving up too much field position, but you've also had a lot of success, but they don't have it here. And the Wildcats will take over on their own 44.
Timeout on the field.
Wow.
Big number 44, Kevin Johnson, with a great play right there to turn the ball over on downs.
We'll take a timeout. Weber State trying to get something going here late in the 3rd. We'll be back into this one. Under 4 to go. They take over on their own 43. And they start with a run over to the right side from Boogie Sylvester, the redshirt freshman. Had a couple good moments there in the first half there, Riley.
Yeah, another good solid run for 5 yards there. Like I said, offense coordinators love 5 yards on 1st down. There's a lot of plays you can call in this situation.
Jennings hands it off to Sylvester again, and another 5, but maybe just short of the 1st down. They say to move the chains. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats as they get into Sac State territory.
Good patience, good ability, physicality to get the ball pushed forward. 2 good runs for Sylvester there. Now Godley back in the game. Godley
has the rock. Will.
My fault.
Oh.
I fooled you.
You did.
Sylvester.
Still Sylvester. Yeah.
It looked like him. I didn't see that. My fault.
No worries at all. No worries at all. Sylvester with another solid run, though. Jennings hands it off to Sylvester again, short of the 1st down. Only a gain of 2 on the play. That'll leave the Wildcats a yard short, 3rd and 1. Now Godley's coming in. There we go.
Ooh, they're bringing in the big boys. That was a full, that was almost like a
line change in hockey.
Yeah, I was going to say a line change in hockey. Running the big fellas for 3rd and 1. This is a big play for Weber State.
Huge. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd. Jennings back to throw. He goes to the outside.
Oh,
flags come out, yeah. I was wondering because the contact happened pretty early, but the ball was in the air.
Yep. They got the call.
Pass interference. Number 6, defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
That's huge for Weber State. You get the 1st down and get that much closer into Sac State territories to try to score here.
Well, that was clearly 4-down territory, or else they,
yeah,
3rd and 1, they don't go for that. They must have saw something, and fortunate to get that pass interference call. Now they're inside the 25 in the red zone.
Jennings to throw to the end zone. Record was there, but just couldn't get to it.
Good read, good throw. Just a little bit long. Look, for a first start for the torrential downpour that we've been in, I have been very impressed with DeJon Jennings and his effort. His footwork is great inside the pocket. He's made some great throws. He's missed a couple throws, but man, for his first Division I start, this has been impressive.
Absolutely. We'll talk about this in a minute. Jennings back to throw. Has some time. Pocket collapses, scrambles, throws. Has Sylvester, who's in for the touchdown.
Sylvester needs to be careful there. He kind of spiked the ball and walked at the guy that hit him at the goal line. Yeah, I think you need to go for 2. Maybe cut this to 2 scores. Down 16.
Looks like they will.
Wow, I'm surprised they're not going for 2 here.
Or will they? Wildcats have known to be tricky at times, but they won't be this time. Point after is good.
Well, maybe he doesn't want to chase points in the 3rd quarter.
That could be. If you're going to have to go for 2, maybe do it when you absolutely need to. 20-35, the Wildcats score their 2nd touchdown of the game and maybe have some new hope, a new kind of a life about them now after the score. Another look at the touchdown here. Jennings has done a phenomenal job. He does not look like a guy who in his career has completed 4 total passes.
Right. Just great feet in the pocket, great vision downfield as he's running. I just compliment him for those good feet and his vision down and what a great performance he had. And then just threw another pass there that just makes you think, wow, this is something that you can build on if you're Weber State.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a nice performance by DeJon Jennings. And look, it was all set up by the defense getting a stop and getting off the field. And now, you're within 2 scores. You got 15 minutes left in the game. If this defense can get a little bit of momentum going, you can be in the ball game.
Touchback, and the Hornets will take over on their own 25. Defense came up huge in the last Sac State drive. They're going to need to again to try to get back in this one. But, 2-score game. Still a full quarter to play. There was
some passionate coaching going on in the room just to the side of us, talking about excitement after that last defensive stop, and that they could have been doing this all game, right? There you go.
Smith on the run. Still powers through, but will finally be blown dead for a gain of 3.
Sione Hala Sione Hala right there with a nice little, he kind of set the edge, came around the edge, and made a nice tackle. Look, you'll take 3 yards. 4 yards is a different story, but you'll deal with 3.
Williams keeps it, cuts inside, short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Look, after what happened in the first half, you feel really good about the quarterback
Absolutely.
coverage there, right? Like, this is, the adjustments have been made. Weber State's running to the football now. Now they make a big play here.
Mm-hmm. Chains are moving.
They get the first down there, but they're making them work. They're making them work. And you got to feel better about the adjustments going on here in the second half for Weber State.
Rodney Hammond on the run off the quick handoff from Williams. Williams hands it off to Hammond. Stays on his feet after getting some contact at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd and 1.
Boy, Hammond with a fantastic run right there. That's what we were talking about. That's going to end the quarter.
Trail 35-20. 2nd and short for the Hornets. They go to Smith, who gets the first down and then some, marching into Wildcat territory.
Jaquel Smith back in the game. Looks like they're going each quarter with those running backs, and both Hammond and Smith, 11 rushes, 85 yards. That was about another 8 yards, probably 12 rushes for another 85 yards for Smith. These guys are just pounding the rock, and they stay with it.
Williams hands off to Smith. Big hole, first down into the secondary. And Sac State back to their old ways.
Boy, when you see the review of this, fullback Sammy Norris, 6 foot, 262 pounds, comes across and runs what we call a wham block and just absolutely whams the Weber State defender, and that's why they were able to get such a great run.
Jaquel Smith with a 10-yard run. Felt like it was more than 10 yards. That's what the stats say. Gets the first down. And Sacramento State is once again knocking on the door, trying to seal this one and prevent the comeback.
I'm impressed with this fullback, Sammy Norris, 6 foot, 262 pounds. Let's bring fullbacks back into the game, man. I love it.
Williams hands off to Smith. Smith once again does such a great job of just shooting the gap, getting past the line of scrimmage with ease, setting up his team for a 2nd and 5.
Smith just has a great feel for when to run fast, when to let it develop a little bit, when to hit it hard.
Guess who? Smith again. Short of the first down. Will be 3rd and a yard and a half about. 3rd and 2, yeah.
It just looked like a play that was like a no-yard situation. You got 3 out of it.
Yeah. That you see that initial contact and you think, oh, surely he's going to go down, but he just powers through. He keeps going as we take another look at it here.
Keeps those feet moving. He's hard to bring down. Now Hammond's checked back into the game.
Williams keeps it, has a blocker, gets to the edge, but is knocked out of bounds. Ooh. Yeah, strong hit there by Trevian Tribble.
Like we said, when he's making a lot of tackles, it's not good news, but you know what? If I'm the quarterback's coach, I'm telling my quarterback Williams, like, hey, we don't need to take that big of a hit. You know, let's just get out of bounds. A little straight arm, get out of bounds. Let's live for another play. We need you in the game. We need you for all those 118 yards rushing that you get.
Williams keeps it again, cuts inside and scores. Cardell Williams, his third touchdown of the night on the ground. He continues to lead his team in rushing yards and adds one more on for the Hornets. It still might be too early to say it, but that kind of feels like the nail in the coffin. It's going to be tough to come back.
Offense, 5-yard penalty. Try will be from the 8.
Down 3 scores in the fourth quarter, 12-17 to go. A lot of things need to go right for Weber State to get back in this one.
Feels like a lot.
Yeah, it does.
Not quite willing to give up yet, though.
No, definitely not.
See what Weber State can do on this next drive.
Well, the kick hits the uprights and is off. So now the deficit remains at 21 to lead the Hornets.
It's been phenomenal tonight. Nothing short of amazing.
Record's going to take this one out. Gets caught up at the 20. A great, great play made by KJ Jefferson, the freshman from St. Louis, making the tackle.
Start from their own 20. See if Weber State and Dijon Jennings can put something together here in the fourth quarter. It's got to happen on this drive.
Jennings to throw. Finds Record, cuts inside for some extra yards, and will be about a yard short of the first down.
Sometimes they've been generous on those spots, sometimes they haven't tonight.
Great run after the catch from Record.
Looks like he's banged up a little bit on that play.
Jennings to throw again, the slant completed, first down for the Wildcats. As that ball is brought in by Marvin Session.
Good tough catch by Marvin Sessions.
First and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 33. 11:08 to go in this one. Jennings to throw again. Completes it to Session for another first down at about midfield.
Good ball, good catch. Weber State trying to answer in their own way here.
Wildcats moving the chains. 10:40 to go in the game. Jennings rifles one right up the middle to Sylvester, who gets the first down into Sac State territory.
Love it, he's looking downfield. Checks down to Sylvester, changes his arm angle, makes a nice little throw. This is great football.
Went right over the head of one of his linemen there too.
Yep. Found that throwing lane and made a completion.
Jennings to throw again. Trying to find Record, but a good coverage there, I believe. That was Antaveon McKenzie. Sophomore safety from Stockton, California with the breakup.
Jalen Record ran into the kicking net there.
Oh.
Yeah. A little bit of a rough.
Getting banged up by all sorts of
series.
things. Yeah. Jennings with a handoff up the middle to Sylvester. Sylvester trying to keep those legs going. Gain of 5 on the play.
Good positive yardage right there. They used Noah Benet in the same way that Sac State used their fullback. They ran that wham block and able to get positive yardage now in a great situation with 3rd and 5. Much better than the alternative, right?
No doubt. 4 down territory for the Wildcats, no doubt about it. They'll try to avoid that, though. Had some good plays to march down the field and keep the chains moving. Here's Jennings in the gun. Back to throw. Goes down the right side and double coverage. What a catch! Inside the 10. Incredible grab from Noah Benet. The senior brings it in.
Well, that one will show up in the stats. His block for the touchdown earlier won't show up in the stats, but that one will.
He bobbles it and hangs on. What an incredible play.
Didn't actually like the spot. I thought he was more around the 3.
Wow. It goes from 3rd and 5 to now 1st and goal on the 5 for the Wildcats. Jennings. The handoff, finding the edge and scoring is Sylvester. And the Wildcats do what they need to keep their hopes alive in this one.
So now the question is, well, you don't need to go for 2, man.
No. Yeah, you're only down 21 before that score. And if you can keep things going, keep getting stops, keep scoring, you can tie it up with 2 more scores. Wild.
Wild. Great catch by Noah Benet. That was beautiful. Going up, using his big frame, protecting the ball, coming down with it.
Point after is good. Wildcats cut the lead to 14. We'll take a break. 8, 3 scores to start the quarter. They now trail by 14. As they try to make the unthinkable happen. Not the unthinkable, but a pretty tough. Oh, here's a great return. All the way to the house. And just like that, Rodney Hammond deletes Weber State's touchdown with one of his own.
What an amazing return. He's had a couple of great returns tonight. This one, he breaks a tackle at the very end. And then he just turned on the Jets.
Wow.
What an amazing return.
We have a injury on the play as well. Down for Weber State, number 36, Donovan Idu, the redshirt freshman from Gilbert, Arizona. Point after is up and through. And just like that, the lead goes back up to 21, but now there's 8:21 to go in the game. Momentum was on Weber State's side, and in one play, deflation.
I feel like every time Weber State had a chance to get back in the game tonight, that Sacramento State was able to just go ahead and take away the momentum like very, very quickly. Every time they started getting something going.
you felt the momentum shift, but then just like that, just completely stops, to your point. And it's, yeah, Weber State's shown some resilience for sure here in this one. But now time is the enemy with just 8:21 to go and down 3 scores.
Yeah, you're working against the clock. You're working against the defense. Just a huge return by Hammond there for Sacramento State.
Joseph Firebaugh with the kickoff. And Rickard's going to let that one go through the end zone. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 25. Jennings in the gun. Back to throw. That'll be an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10.
I actually thought that was a really good effort. Jennings has been impressive tonight.
Truly on the field, incomplete pass.
And there's nothing wrong with that play either. You pitch it forward. If nobody catches it, it's a incomplete pass. If somebody catches it, you're getting a nice gain. Really showing a lot of composure in the pocket against this Sac State team that has sacked so many quarterbacks this year.
If you came in blind to this game, you would not think that as he's brought down to the backfield, a sack off the hands of Xavier Williams. I believe that's his 2nd of the game for Williams.
They got him to jump off sides. They're going to get this.
Offside, 56 defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. As you see it there, yeah, the movement here on the near side. But yeah, as you were saying, Jennings has been cool, composed, collected the entire game, and you would not think he had as little playing time before this moment as he does, but he's certainly risen to the occasion and has been impressive tonight for Weber State. Despite the deficit that Weber State's facing right now, and Sac State, I mean, they're a good team. You know, they're a team looking for bigger fields, a bigger stage, and are preparing to take that leap. And
when you can run the ball the way Sac State's run the ball, you're going to be in a lot of football games.
Yeah. Jennings the throw. Intercepted, but a flag is out.
And that was number 12, who's played so well tonight. Jason Oliver made quite a few plays tonight. That one, he was caught holding a little bit.
Second pass interference of the night against Sacramento
State. 2 fouls
State.
on the defense. Pass interference number 12, penalty is declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer, 45, penalty accepted, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
So we get roughing the passer, which I did not even
I didn't see
catch at all. Here's another look at it. Oh, not even close. Yeah, that ball was well gone. So the Wildcats get a little help with the penalty and are at their own 47-yard line. 7:03 to go in the game. Jennings hands off to Sylvester. Sylvester, gain of about 4 on the play. 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats.
Get some good yardage. You know, I don't know that Weber State's going to be able to come back from this deficit tonight, but there's definitely some things to build on if you're Weber State. Some young players making some plays. Jennings making some plays with his feet, with his arm. Just doing a great job taking care of the football for the most part. I think there's some things that you can build on.
100%, and a lot of optimism around Jennings. We've been talking about it the entire game. But to have a junior with as little playing time as he had coming into tonight, I mean, you put up 27 in a game, maybe more later. You know, we'll see. You still got 6 minutes to play, and you could argue, it might be garbage time by the time more points get on the board either way. But not a bad outing for Jennings in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, that ball tipped right there on its way to Marvin Session.
Oh yeah.
Put him in 4th and short. But yeah, but look, they've still got their first stringers in. This isn't garbage time. This is still playing real football. And Jennings has done everything that you would ask out of a quarterback in this situation, in my opinion.
Fourth and 4 for Weber State. Jennings the throw. Looking, pocket collapses, and down he goes. Turnover on downs at midfield. The Hornets will have it on their own 49.
Well, and then that time right there, they did a great job of like what we call just staying in their lanes as they were rushing the quarterback, and so there wasn't really anywhere for him to go. That was a tough play, probably the toughest play for Jennings all night as far as his feet go, and unable to get a first down there, be a turnover and downs, and things aren't looking good for Weber State right now.
No, definitely not. Weber State was the first on the board after a 52-yard field goal from Sloan Calder, but it's been all Sac State ever since. Here's Hammond again with another run. He gets tripped up after a gain of 6.
Well, the combination of Hammond, Smith, and Williams has just been incredible tonight.
Truly.
I don't know how many yards they're up to rushing, but it's been a lot tonight.
139 for Williams, 109 for Smith, 85 for Hammond. Hammond takes another one. And we'll get the first down.
Well, then you go throw about, what, a 100-yard return in for Hammond?
Yeah.
Feels like rushing stats, but it's not.
Right. Hammond again on the carry. Gets a gain of 4. Even up 3 scores, still fighting to get those extra yards, and it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Hornets as they march into Weber State territory. Williams hands off to Hammond again, who lunges forward, gets the first down. 1st and 10 for the Hornets on the Wildcat 28.
Well, and this is where, you know, this drive started at 6 minutes, but this is what they call 4-minute offense. And Sacramento State is just built for 4-minute offense, getting first downs at the end of the game, running things through, and just a pretty amazing offensive performance for Sacramento State.
Williams hands off to Smith this time. Smith up the gut for a gain of 5. This is the first time in Sac State school history that they've had 3 100-yard rushers.
Amazing. Williams, Hammond, and Smith. Sounds like a law firm.
Ambulance chasers that will run you down.
If you're injured, yeah, bada boom. I like it.
Smith with the hole, and he's going to score. It went from hopeful to now completely out of reach for Weber State, as Smith adds on another score.
Boy, is he a pretty runner or what?
Looked good. Looked
fun.
real good.
That was fun to watch. He's got his celly ready. He came ready to play in this torrential downpour tonight, and played so well.
Point after is up and good. Hornets piling it on here in the fourth quarter. 2:46 to go, and the Hornets lead at 55-27. Hammond scores his second rushing touchdown. Man, oh man. So Weber State will head on the road to take on Portland State next week. That game slated to kick off at 3 p.m. Mountain Time. The Hornets got their next 2 at home as they take on Northern Colorado and Montana, as Rickard lets that one fly out the back of the end zone. Now we know for sure that that Firebaugh is absolutely loving the air up here, because that one went in the back of the end zone with no wind. I thought for sure he was getting a lot of help with the wind on the other side, but yeah, no, he's bombing those.
Yeah. These guys love to kick at elevation.
Weber State will be back home to host Eastern Washington on the 25th, and then Montana on the 1st. Jennings hands it off up the middle. Zach Herbacek with the carry.
Free play.
Yeah, free play for the Wildcats. They go deep, and it's intercepted.
Well, and that's the right play.
Send it, absolutely.
Got him to jump off sides, take a shot. It's a free play if it doesn't have,
Second down. Offside, 93. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Second and short now for the Wildcats. You see it there on the right side of your screen. everyone on the field knew it. Okay, free play. Let's see what we can do. Jennings with the handoff up the middle. It'll be short, gain of just the 1 from Herbacek.
Two-minute timeout.
Timeout, we will take it with them. Sacramento State came in and made some school history with 3 rushers recording more than 100 yards each. And Weber State looked like they had a solution to the run, but Sac State made some counter adjustments as Sylvester gets the first down for Weber State. And the Hornets cruising here to victory as they lead at 55-27.
There was a point in this game where it felt like there's a real possibility that Weber could get back in the game.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of exploded here at the end.
Yeah, they brought it down to 14, but then a kickoff return and then a rushing touchdown on the next drive, I believe, or yeah, they got out of hand fast.
Yeah, and I don't know the stats. I don't want to make up the stats on the spot again like I did earlier tonight, but when you have over 300 yards rushing, I'll bet it's a pretty high percentage chance that you win the game.
Yeah, 397 right now for Sac State. Here's Sylvester off the screen pass. Gets knocked out at about the Sac State 49. A flag on the play. Looks like it's going against the Wildcats.
Holding. 88, offense, 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Holding penalty will bring it back. We'll get the replay, second down. Under a minute to go here, and yep. What you were talking about earlier, Riley, that you know can hold, but as soon as they start to get away from you, that's when you get in trouble.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what that was. Weber State doing it as much as they can to build confidence with these young players. Sylvester, Jennings at quarterback.
Jennings with a handoff to Sylvester. Gets a nice gain on the play to get back between the sticks. 3rd and 6 now for the Wildcats. Sylvester again. Muscles his way up. Will be a yard short of the first down.
This looks like the clock may.
It will, yeah.
They'll get one more play off, it looks like.
Jennings will hand it off to Sylvester again. Will be brought down. And that's the game. Sac State comes in and takes care of business. They hold off the Wildcats and claim the 55-27 victory. Weber State led 3-0, but that was about it. Had a chance at a comeback before they cut the lead from 21 down to 14, but then Sac State just exploded and ran away with it there at the end. Riley, your final thoughts on this one?
You know, when you go into a game and you can run for 400 yards rushing, it's always going to be good for Sacramento State. I feel like Weber State can build on some things that happened here offensively, and so we'll see what happens, how Weber State responds, how Sacramento State responds. But you know, this was one in the trenches for Sacramento State tonight.
Sac State quarterback Cardell Williams rushes for 139 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jaquel Smith, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Rodney Hammond, 108 yards, for 2 touchdowns. Also ran back a touchdown off a kickoff return for 100 yards. For the first time in history, the Hornets have 3 players with 100 rushing yards, and they win it 55-27. On behalf of our broadcasting crew and Riley Jensen, I'm Brandon Garside saying thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of Big Sky.